Let's stay with the issue of power, but shift focus a little. Some Soweto residents say outages in their area are not related to rolling blackouts or load shedding. Today they've been protesting at Eskom's Megawatt Park. This as the power utility continues to implement higher stages of power cuts. Reporter Lindokuhle Xulu is following the story. So Linda, just explain for us. We know that Eskom creates the power and distributes the power, but we also know that, for example, here in Johannesburg, City Power is involved in helping to fix a lot of the problems. What is the situation, though, in Dube, in Soweto? Is it a direct relationship between the consumer and Eskom?
It is really a direct relationship between the consumer and Eskom. Many of the communities around Soweto, the only people that are in face value are fixing their electricity, are providing electricity for them is Eskom. And I can tell you that many of the communities have been complaining about the issues of being in the dark for a number of months, saying that Eskom is not fast enough to fix some of the transformers, some of the electricity infrastructure that breaks down in their communities. That is why we saw today mostly residents from Dube, but it was a call for many of Soweto residents to basically take their grievances where they are coming from, which is Megawatt Park in Sunning Hill, which is the head office of Eskom. But basically what they were saying is that they are tired of burning tires in their streets, breaking infrastructure in their streets, and that is why we saw them today going directly to Eskom. What they were demanding there was basically a formation of a task team that will look at issues of Soweto residents when it comes to electricity. Basically, that task team will then entail residents from the communities in Soweto as well as Eskom to try and find a way forward to some of the problems that they have. And today we saw Eskom, after some heated debates in the entrance of Eskom, actually conceding that they will then be committing themselves to trying to meet some of these residents as they try to find solutions with some of their problems.
All right, so I know that you've put together a package, Linda. Just tell us a little bit more about that and whether these people who've been months without electricity are starting to feel a little bit of hope.
Well, certainly the package is still being worked on, I should say. But one of the things that we heard from the residents is that there is a form of hope. They did say that one of the things they don't want to see anymore is their councillors representing them. But what they have asked, in fact, is for Eskom to deal directly with them, with the formation of this delegation from the residents themselves, saying that they do not believe some of the messages that are coming from their councillors, coming from their political leaders. So that is why they went directly to Eskom, and what we will be seeing is a direct communication, a link between Eskom and these residents and trying to find some of the solutions. But some of the issues, some of the scenarios we've been given is that people have been without electricity for over 6 months, close to a year, and that is why we saw a number of people going there, old people, elderly people, as well as young people just out there saying that they're tired of ventilating some of their issues in the townships, in their communities, and they will now, from this point forward, be taking their grievances not just to Eskom. When it comes to other issues, they will go to the organizations directly that are actually the ones that are not solving some of the problems they had. So quite a revolutionary one from the community members from Soweto, saying that they will be taking their issues directly to those that are supposed to be fixing them.
And it's interesting, Linda, because of course we're heading for a local government election. This is exactly the sort of thing you pick up the phone and call your local councillor about. It's quite an indictment, I would say, that community has lost faith in their local councillor and are going straight to Eskom to say, please help us.
That's right, Sally. In fact, they said at this point they're not looking for any political party to help them. They're not looking for any political leader, even within their communities, to help them. They're saying that they are now trying to formulate a situation where they deal directly with the service providers that are supposed to be helping them. And that is why they went to Eskom today. But it does give you a sense of some of the frustrations that people have been feeling with some of the leaders in the communities. And one of the things that is quite interesting is the issue of saying if residents are doing these things for themselves, then moving towards local elections, what is actually going to happen to some of those important votes in our democratic society when it comes to this voting as well as electing some of the leaders?
That is a really important question for our elected officials to ponder. Thank you so much. I'm going to let you go back to putting together your report, Linda, which I look forward to seeing a little bit later this evening. That's our reporter, Lindokuhle Xulu, who's been reporting on months and months of power outages for the people of Dube in Soweto.